This is my voice 1 day on anime. This is my voice 2 weeks on anime. This is my voice 3 weeks on anime.
これはアニメで因縁か私の声です。
And we are live. Welcome back to the Unknown Cast, fuckers. We got a special guest in the proverbial building today. Dennis, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dennis.
Dennis is just a guy. He's a guy, Sarge and I know. So, why are we here today, Sarge? Actually, no, fuck you. Shut up. What we'll talk about first. I do just want to extend a congratulations to the New England Patriots. Specifically Tom Brady. Yes, we fucking have to.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that you're a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, just because you like a shitty team doesn't mean you don't get to get out of this one.
Our boy Brady got his 6th ring. Just saying.
He completed his Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep. And now he can, and with a snap of the wrist, he can just poof Peyton, the entire Manning family out of existence, really.
Just the whole league.
Yeah, the whole league, just poof.
Just the whole league.
Halftime show left a little bit to be desired.
It left a lot.
A little. It left a lot to be desired, unless you were a middle-aged mother.
How the fuck do you use... No, fuck Maroon 5. How the fuck do you use the opening to one of the greatest scenes in one of the greatest pieces of American animation to intro into a very poorly wrapped version of Sicko Mode?
They didn't even have to, recreate the song. They could have just used the clip from the show.
They could have just used the clip. Just use the clip.
You mean they could have done what the Dallas Stars did?
Yes, exactly what the Dallas Stars did. However, SpongeBob's been to the Super Bowl more times than I believe the Jaguars?
No, it's
which team? Who's not been to the Super Bowl?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, fuck it.
Let me look.
I want to say the Titans since they've moved.
I would say, but that doesn't count because they moved.
Also, I want to take this time to just say, whoever said that was a bad game of football, fuck them. It's a good game of fundamentals. It was a damn good game of fundamentals.
It was really good if you liked defense.
Yeah, it was. Sarge, what did you say earlier?
Browns, the Detroit Lions, the Texans, and the Jaguars.
Oh, so I was right.
Yeah. What are you saying? What did I say earlier? What?
No. What did you say? If you like blank, you liked the Super Bowl earlier. If
you liked fundamental football, you liked the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a punt contest.
Oh yeah. No. Imagine paying $3,000 for a nosebleed seat ticket for a Maroon 5 concert and a punt contest. Because that's what it was.
That's a big oof for anyone who paid that much. I had a decent time watching it on television.
Yeah, and that's if you could find them for 3, because at some point they were going for 10.
Oh yeah, for some of the super nosebleed seats. But then again, I wouldn't pay that much to go see any game. Hell, I wouldn't even pay $200 when the Pats came to Indy.
Well, you and I had the same sentiment when the Celtics anytime the Celtics showed up in Indianapolis.
That was too goddamn much.
Well, it was too goddamn much because it was this team people actually came to see, so they always charged more.
Yeah, it was a bit ridiculous. Although, when the Dolphins came, the tickets were hella fucking cheap.
Well,
yeah, they're the Dolphins, unfortunately.
Ooh, god damn, I bet that hurt to say.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
He knows. He knows.
All right, we can get the football and the sports shit out of the way. What's the real reason we're here?
Because I'm mad.
Why are we mad? I actually say all 3 of us are mad. We're so mad we brought on a 3rd guy so we could be more mad.
Yeah, we needed a third anger.
This is Big Mad. And you can tell by the title card we're using this week, because Broly's always Big Mad, and that's our big mood.
Yeah.
Alright, so, let's see here. I'm going to pull the article up. Alright. So, this is a article on Anime News Network. I wouldn't call it the internet's most trusted anime news source. I would probably leave that to the Reddit. Article, gentlemen, it's titled "Far From Perfect. Fans Recount Unwanted Affection from Voice Actor Vic Mignogna." Let's go into it first. So basically, some fans weren't too happy with how kind of over-the-top, touchy-feely Vic Mignogna is. And I mean, I can't even... I would be ecstatic. I would be ecstatic.
Looking at these photos, not knowing who he is, it may look a little weird.
It may look a little weird, but we're talking about one of the highest decorated voice actors in voice acting, period. His career's spanning 2 decades now?
Almost, yeah.
This is Broly himself.
But no. Like, he does this with everyone. Like, literally everyone. That's why Dennis is here, to share a personal account.
Well, a couple, because he's met the man a couple of times.
Handful.
Now, granted, Dennis is not an underage girl, so his story is not going to look anywhere near as bad as, these pictures out of context. But,
it's to give that context as to why he's...
It's to kind of add to the context as to why he's like that. Dennis, why don't you just recount the times that you've met Mr. Mignogna here, Papa Mignogna, as most people, well, not most, but a lot of people in the anime community call him.
Right. Okay. Well, the first time I ever met him was my first convention. It was so long ago, I don't even remember which one. But
Do you remember about a time frame wise? Like, what was he working on at that point? This was well before Ruby.
Yes, this would have been 08, 09-ish, when Full Metal Alchemist was
still airing.
Really, really catching steam in America.
Yeah. And that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, correct? Because the original series really didn't catch steam in America. It had some play on Toonami, but other than that, it really kind of fizzled out here.
Right. It would have been Brotherhood, correct? But it was really catching on, and everybody who was into anime, everybody loved Edward Elric.
Right. This was back when there were 12 anime you could watch.
Basically,
to be an anime kid.
Or if you were downloading them illegally and sailing the high seas, they were like trash quality.
Right, but no, this is when Brotherhood was blowing up, and it was basically hands down one of the biggest things in anime at that time. But no, I was at the con. I was hungry, and I was gonna go get lunch. And as cons are, basically food courts are always super crowded.
Yep.
And
yep.
I got lucky. I found a table, just a little 2-chair table deal to sit down and get something to eat, minding my own business. And this guy just comes up, he's looking for a place to sit down. So I was like, hey man, I got a seat here, no problem. And we talked about the con. I'd say we were there for a good 30, 45 minutes maybe. Had no idea who this guy was. We were just sitting down shooting the shit. 30, 45 minutes goes by. He looks down at his watch and is like, oh, hey, I gotta go. There's a panel I need to be at. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm heading to one too, See you around. It's a convention. You're gonna bump into everybody again. And then, lo and behold, I get to this panel, right? The dude I just sat down and ate lunch with was fucking standing up there, and his name was Vic Mignogna. I was like, this guy's super cool. Because, you know, for me, I mean, I know you two know this, especially when I'm in social situations. I'm pretty much very to myself.
You're very shy. You and I had to meet a handful of times before you and I were like on like a talking basis.
Unless you get him fucking wasted, then he's
that's you take that up with drunk me. I don't have no control over that. But, you know, but like here was this guy. Like I didn't know who he was. I didn't realize, you know, he was like
he was the Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, like I had no idea because, you know, this is back in 2008 when, you know, dial-up was still a thing for most people. You know, I didn't have the luxury of just getting on the internet and looking up whatever I wanted and finding pictures of the guy who plays the character in the show that I'm really into.
Well, that was kind of back in the. Go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
People from cities. It was the people who lived out in the boonies who still had dial-up in 2008.
I lived in the boonies, man.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, Wi-Fi was not like internet in general was not great in the cities even then.
I didn't know what Wi-Fi was till 2012. But anyways, you know, it's like, but for me to like sit there and have a conversation with a complete stranger, and you know, not just sit there bump on the log. For me, that spoke volumes. Because I mean, like you two can attest, like I don't put myself out there.
You do not. You are generally pretty reserved.
I'm always uncomfortable in social situations because I have an innate fear of saying something I shouldn't because I often say things I shouldn't. You know,
we're men. That's what we're best at.
That's what we do.
MVP. But you know, I sat there. The panel gets over. Everybody gets up. He's having an autograph line. You know, I'm towards the back with my friends who are all here to see this one guy who's, you know, made our childhoods phenomenal through, you know, the medium he's working in.
Like, and this dude's career goes pretty far back. Like, he was in some old school shit.
Oh yeah, like
Fruits Basket, like the original run for Full Metal Alchemist, the shitty one. He still voiced Edward, and that shit ran from what 04 to 06.
Something like that. No, but you know, so we're sitting there in the back of the line. It's like me and my 5 friends that have come to this panel, right? And you see him up there, like when everybody's going through and they're getting something signed or they're getting a picture, you know, everything. Even if they don't want a picture and they just want something signed, you know, he give him a hug, and it's like, you know, it's what he does. He's like, thank you guys for supporting me, you know, coming here to see me. You know, it's his what's the word I'm thinking of? It's like how he's giving back to us for supporting him through, you know, going to conventions, you know, buying merch, probably not illegally downloading the shows and stuff that he works on.
Probably.
But you know, it's just how he was, and he's such an open person. You know, he cares so much about what he does and the fans that are supporting him. You know that, like back then, you know, I was like what 8? God, I'm old now, but like I was 18, and you know, it never crossed my mind that nobody'd not be okay with that, because I mean, let's face it, when we were kids, if we didn't like something, we like right then and there, you know, we'd shut it down.
Yeah, we'd say something about it.
No. Sorry, no. No.
Yeah, we'd say, you know, no, I don't like this. Stop. A lot of people still do that. Well, think they still do that, but
I would like to say it's not that hard to be like, I'd love a picture, but can you not be so over the top, or can we not touch? Yeah. Or I mean, these things, like, and I'm sure he would be more than happy to be. He would be like, no, it's cool. I get that. Let's get this picture.
It's
like,
not like none of these. Well, it's not like none of these people didn't know that he was like this. They had to have seen other people get the.
He is up there with Steve Bloom in just pure credits, which makes him tippy top of VAs.
Yeah, no, like if you pull
thousands of people will line up to see him, and you didn't see this shit coming a mile away.
No, and it's not like, oh, he just does this with the girls or only the pretty girls. Like, no, he hugs everyone.
Hugs everyone or
like
gives them
every
kisses
female
on the
I've
cheek.
seen.
Also,
like,
I do want to point out that this article is pretty much, it's all girls. Well, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, Azure, his. So one guy. Also, Paris Hilton diary. That's topical. That's real dated, actually.
That's real fucking dated.
Showing our ages here, guys.
Oof. Like this part. Hold on, I'll switch back over. This part of the article talks about how.
Just read it.
Yeah, fuck it. Azure was 15 years old and presenting as female when he met Mignana at Anime Expo in 2006 in Anaheim, California. He was in the autograph line with a friend, also 15 years old, who had prepared a gift for Mignana. Azure was dressed in a cosplay, a cardboard version of Alphonse's armor from Full Metal Alchemist. For those who don't know, you can look it up. Big, 6-7 foot tall, just big ass, absolute unit suit of armor. The two approached Mignana, and Azure's friend joked that Azure's costume was sexy. Azure was surprised when Mignana enthusiastically agreed. The group laughed it off and left the line. Later that day, they got an exclusive visit from Mignana in the hallway. He chatted with the group, asked them how long they were visiting the con, and then mentioned his fan club. After making the group swear they wouldn't share it, Mignana gave them his personal cell phone number. Azure wrote it down in his Paris Hilton diary when he arrived home from Anaheim. A reverse phone record search shows that the number Azure provided belonged to Mignana until at least 2016. And it proceeds to go on how they would call him and talk with him and shit. There's a clip. I don't feel like playing it. We didn't go into it before this, so fuck doing it live. But, like, see, that's the only thing that's, like, potentially questionable, but, like, this is a person who has had a very concise, straight line of behavior since he came into a, like, public spotlight. He's very over the top. He seems, like, very caring about the people who support him. He cares a shit ton.
Oh, like, no doubt.
And, you know, and him being over the top, I can see where people could mistake this, but I also see where people are just absolutely reaching.
Yeah, I feel like they're reaching. I really do. I mean...
Who got mad at him? Because, like, yeah, because there's that big underlying joke that if you're, like, real in to the community, you know about Dick Mignana.
Yeah.
Now, he's notoriously hard to deal with for con appearances. You know, he can be notoriously hard to work with in a studio.
And you know what I think a lot of it with the notoriously hard to work with is he doesn't want people, he doesn't like, I may be getting him confused with somebody else, but he doesn't want to make the con goers pay money to get an autograph from him.
Right. Because I'll tell you, like, I've met him in autograph lines I want to say at least 4 times, and never once have I had to pay. But other stars who are coming up, like when me and Jordan were at, was it Gen Con or PopCon?
I think it was PopCon. It was one of them.
But when we went to see one of the voice actresses that we really liked, you know, it was like, what was like $10 per autograph or something like that.
Was that the one you gave the cake?
Yes, that was the one that I gave Trina a whole ass cake. Because we went to her panel.
Yeah, let's tell this story because you know what? It's kind of related and I love this fucking story. Go ahead.
So we went to her panel that she had at the beginning of the con.
Which was fantastic.
Fantastic. And the reason we liked her was for a character that probably nobody really knows of.
Francesca
so we went to her
Lucchini.
Yeah, so we went to her panel and whatever. And
well, we can say what character she plays. Like, it's out there.
She played Francesca. She played Francesca in Strike Witches.
Best witch.
Second best witch.
And I believe isn't she also Mari in the Ava
She's
movies?
Mari in Ava movies, which that was one that more people are going to know of. But most people will know her for
Mikasa Ackerman.
Yeah, Mikasa
from Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. That's what most people were there for.
Shit tier anime.
Yes.
Well, actually, so to be fair, I want to redact that statement. It's getting better because it's finally turning into like the political strong army like coup anime it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because they toppled the tyrannical government and that shit was hype.
we wanted to ask her what the what the what it was like working on the show and what she thought about it. And but that never happened because she spent the majority of the panel talking about how she wanted like sweets, like pie or cake or donuts or cupcakes. Like the whole, like every conversation somehow turned into her wanting sweets.
Right. If I remember right, like her birthday was either shortly after the con or something like that.
Yeah,
or like
shortly
on the
after...
last day or something. And she was like, if you guys bring me sweets or whatever, that'd be awesome.
So I tweeted at her that I'd bring her a whole cake. I said, I will bring you a cake. And she just liked it and brushed it off like it was nothing. And so on the last day of the con, we show up in line, paid money for the autograph or whatever, and just gave her this cake.
How did that cake come into an existence? Because I know you can't bake for shit.
No, I didn't bake it. I asked my grandmother to make it for me. And I was like, don't ask questions. I just need you to make me like a little small personal cake with this picture on it. And she did it up. She did fantastic. Normally you had to pay like extra money to get a photo or whatever, but I brought her a cake and she's like, I have to take a photo of you with it. And the guy who was like works for the con that was taking the photos was like not too happy about it. And she's like, I don't care. He made me a cake and I thought it was a joke. Here, just use my cell phone.
Yeah, that guy was, I don't know. A lot of con staffs. Just
I don't know. I'm gonna get me
con staff in general is shit. And Jordan and I have been to a con where one of our friends was con security, and we still didn't like him.
Yeah, no. He didn't come talk to us because he knew what our response was gonna be.
Fuck yeah, he did. Oh man.
He sent us over to someone else.
No, he sent someone else over to us.
Yeah, he's like, you go deal with them.
I'm not saying I'm entirely discrediting this people. I'm sure they could have had an awkward experience. Pedophile and rapist and titles and labels like that are not they do not have a place.
An awkward experience is not justifications to get somebody fired.
Exactly, and I'm going to use that to segue into the other Me Too cases that have kind of turned out and started up similarly to these. The first one being Aziz Ansari. Does anybody remember what happened with him?
Yes, he went out, had himself a good time with a lady who was totally willing, then the lady regretted it, and then...
That's
through the Me Too hammer.
Well, yeah, that's
quick synopsis.
Quick synopsis. Yeah, there was more to it. Like, the really short version is it was a bad date.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was a bad date, and things got sexual, and she wasn't super down with it, but she didn't say no. But she tried to give him cues, and Aziz did not pick up on those cues. Men are dumb.
Use your words.
Well, I mean...
Well, and
it's not even just men are dumb. Not everyone can pick up on social cues. Dennis is one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times that, I've probably been out and someone's been come up and they'd be macking on me hard, like, hey, let's go have some fun, big boy. I don't pick up on that.
It's every time.
Well, I mean, I'm learning. But I personally don't pick up on that stuff. I think it's really hard, We have words. Say what you want.
If they don't come out and directly say it, then he won't pick up on it.
Right. And there are people like that, and it's very possible that Aziz being a comedian, the reason he's good at being a comedian is because he has that problem.
Yeah, very well could be.
I don't know, be a comedian.
But the dude had a bad date and she put him on blast on the internet.
And then
I don't get it.
Is this the one that started it? Is this the one that kicked off the Me Too?
I don't think this is the one that, what do you mean by that? The entire movement? Because that was Harvey Weinstein. And I think we can all agree that man is a monster and needed to go down.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But we're not heartless. We're not heartless here. We're just saying.
The difference with the Harvey Weinstein versus these. The Harvey Weinstein had actual facts. And,
well, like there was proof,
reports
and multiple
and
people were able to
reports.
confirm, and like there were police reports filed, and like
It wasn't just
evidence started stacking up.
It wasn't just someone on Twitter said, "Oh yeah, he gave me a hug and it was awkward."
Right, and like these things have been going on for like 10 years now, because these allegations have been floating around since '08. I've seen them before. I've seen them multiple times.
Yeah.
I just think people I think people are putting themselves in a weird situation because they want the dude's autograph and they want to meet him. It's not that hard to be like, hey, I'm not super down for a photo, but could you sign this Full Metal Alchemist Blu-ray disc or some shit?
Right. And a lot of people don't get photos. All they do want is a signature. And, a lot of time, like, especially with just the autographs, right? Because all I've ever gotten from him is autographs and one picture with my friends. Like, my thing is, though, like, when you go up and he signs something, he doesn't just, like, lunge over there and hug you, right? Like, because the first time I did it, like we've very well documented, I'm very socially inadequate.
Yep.
Like,
These are facts.
There, and he just, like, opens his arms, and he's like, you go, and I don't know about most people anymore, because today's confusing. But, like, when somebody goes to initiate a hug, you can sit right there and be like, oh, no, thank you. But why, if you're uncomfortable with it, why would you initiate when, you probably saw 600 people go before you, and you saw how over the top he is with his hugs, which apparently only 20 million people enjoy besides 16 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Why is it?
It's probably it's probably worth adding that these allegations have gotten Mr. Mignogna fired from his two biggest gigs. One of them being Rooster Teeth's production of Ruby, which is an American-made anime, which trash tier show, super popular, whatever. It was a good, he was the only good thing about the show. As well as getting him fired from Funimation. Funimation has the English dubbing rights to Dragon Ball, and he was just the star of the Dragon Ball Super movie Broly.
Right, but they also have the English dubbing rights to a freaking laundry list of shows
that he's been a part of.
Put him in, yeah,
because he's been on their payroll for 2 fucking decades.
Right, it's like in Kenichi, the Mightiest Warrior, Vic Mignogna's I forget his name, but the Chinese Kung Fu master. I didn't know that. I didn't know that till I watched the credits one day. Like, because he's talented enough, you can't tell when he switches between roles. Everybody assumes if he's in a role, he's going to sound like Edward Elric.
Well, and some of the times that is the case. Like, look at he played the cat in Fruits Basket, correct? Orange-haired kid, I can't remember his name.
No.
Jamie, look that up for me.
I forget.
I got it for you.
But I know in Shuffle was wildly popular when it came out, and Vic Mignogna voiced the King of Demons.
Let me see here. There's a lot here.
Hit that control, Jamie. Hit that control F. Search for Fruits Basket.
Okay, first of all, it's not on IMDb, so I gotta.
You gotta go to behind the VA. You gotta go behind voice actors. This is.
You're making rookie mistakes, man.
These rookie numbers. We gotta pump the numbers up.
I'm doing it. Chill.
And I'm gonna be as unprofessional as possible. I'm taking a dab while we're recording.
All right, you do that. One of these days, Brady, I'll be able to do that with you.
Yeah, one of these days when you're not in the military anymore.
Only like, what is it like? Fuck. 8 more years. 8 more years.
How many more deployments is that going to be?
At the rate they're freaking whipping them out, probably 8 more.
Oof.
I don't mind. Just keep buying more Hondas.
He was a hero in Fruit Baskets.
Yeah, but which one was that? It's been quite some time.
Which Zodiac?
Hold on. I'm looking at it.
Hero. I should remember this because I've watched Fruit Basket so many fucking times. The Ram?
Yeah.
Okay.
12-year-old in middle school.
Oh, yeah.
Dark green shirt and pants. Kind of orangish, light brown hair.
I mean, it wasn't a major character role, but at the same time, Vic Mignogna's, like, the talent he had, like, he wrote a song called Soldier A, which is all about being a background character. So, you know, like, he's talented enough. Yeah, if you put him in a main role, you're well,
Can you not die for a second?
But he can be, you know, that main character. But, you know, Funimation's brought him in, and he's played, you know, side characters and all kinds of Soldier A's, if you will. So it's
he's been like, red shirts. Other places would call them red shirts, and he's done that a lot.
You know, and it's the same thing for he's been in, like, if you go on behind the voice actors, there's a huge laundry list of video games that he's been in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like he's
What's the point of ripping away this guy's livelihood? Like, I don't get that piece. I don't get that part. Because here's the thing, we're in an era where the allegations come out, the NPCs rabble rouse, and then whatever company bends at the knee without even looking into it.
Right, and that's something I don't understand.
His most recent games voice acting was in Persona 3. He did Dancing in the Moonlight. The Persona 3 Dancing in the Moonlight. He was
Persona 3 is a good game.
Junpei Iro.
Well, he plays Junpei. He plays he plays Junpei in all versions of Persona 3.
Yeah, he did Broly for just about every Dragon Ball game.
Well, he does Broly for any Dragon Ball media.
C, Nagato, and Obito young in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Well, no, he does Junpei in just about every single Persona.
Yeah,
because he did it in Arena Ultimax, Shadow of Labyrinth.
Every version of 3. So that's going to be any of the arenas that Junpei shows up in. All 3
Persona
versions
4,
of 3.
Arena Ultimax, yeah. Those aren't recent, but yeah, he was Bubsy. He was in Bubsy Paws of Fire. He played Bubsy.
Yeah, and most people won't know that unless they read the credits, and most people don't.
Like, okay, I really don't want to pull this, but we're talking about a good Christian man here. Like, and this is me saying this!
A God-fearing Christian.
Anyway, we got back onto Vic. There's the other, a lot of the places, well, mainly the quartering, Mr. Jared Hambley himself reported on this, and he referred to it as getting Chris Hardwicked.
What fucking happened?
Yeah, that's actually a more direct comparison to exactly what has happened here. So, this was last year. So Chris Hardwick, super nerd, comedian. Yeah, this was last year that this shit happened. Man. Like a super fucking nerd. I believe he owns part of Nerdist, the YouTube channel and media franchise.
I think so.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, this guy was on G4 when G4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like Chris Hardwick's been like, I've known about this man's for a long time. But he also ran Talking Bad, which was the after talking show for Breaking Bad, as well as Talking Dead, the same show but for The Walking Dead. Yeah. Anyway, he broke up with his longtime girlfriend, or they broke up. I'm not exactly sure what happened, and then she came out with this fucking wild bullshit that he forbid her to have male friends, speak in public, go out at night without him. She said, that he was sexually assaulting her.
I like how, like, I understand, like, when you're in a relationship like that, it would be hard to come out during that, in fear of repercussions. And I know we all know somebody who's been in a shit
No,
relationship.
absolutely.
But at some point, everybody around that you know, nobody just doesn't not say anything.
Right.
You know, subtle
and
start
somebody
getting
would
dropped.
notice it.
Or, you know,
they weren't
her best
reclusive.
female friend or whatever, you know.
They were in the
talk
public
about
eye
it
all
the
the fucking time.
Yeah.
What
But,
ended up, like, I get it.
After the breakup that, oh, now I feel safe to say something, when the same steps could have been taken during the relationship. You know, I don't understand the whole waiting thing. And like I said, I get it's hard when you're in that kind of situation where, you know, you're scared of the repercussions of saying something. But what makes it so different when, okay, well, he broke up with me, now I feel safe saying something, is what I don't understand. Because let's be fair, like, if this was happening, Chris Hardwick's powerful enough, you know, he's probably got the money that repercussions could happen after the fact. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's why, you know, all these horrible things are happening.
Well,
they
like,
break up, and now they feel safe enough to bring light to the issues.
Right, and I don't wanna paint him as an absolute angel here, because he did admit that they were not good for each other, and he did tend to act like an asshole, but he denied a lot of the crazy bullshit she said he did. Apparently he did get her blacklisted, but that was after he broke up with her because he found out she was cheating.
Right.
That asshole move, but you know what? A lot of people do a lot of stupid shit when they're hurt.
True.
And this woman very obviously got fucking mad and decided just to kind of go off.
Right. But that's becoming the issue with the movement.
Right.
Like, because I mean, even back before the movement, you know, you'll hear cases like 4 or 5 years after an initial ruling, when all the evidence is finally, you know, brought up, and it's like, well, that stuff never happened. We just ruined a person's life for
I think
4
the
or
big
5
issue
years for a lie.
with the Me Too movement is they've eliminated the trust but verify. It's just trust and listen.
Right.
They don't verify anything. Well, you know, it's just why
well,
would they make this up?
To be fair, AMC did.
Oh yeah.
AMC did, because Chris Hardwick, he did get fired. He got let go, and he got replaced by the lady who was Josh's manager on Drake and Josh. I can't remember her name, but she ran the movie theater on Drake and Josh. But he's coming back to his show because they found they went through and did the digging and talked to people who were involved, and they found out that a lot of the shit was not true.
Right.
And I really feel like that's what's happening here, at least a little bit.
Oh, I definitely think that's what's happening. There's no a little bit. That's exactly what's happening with Vic Mignogna.
Hear me now, anyone who listens to this. Next time you decide to go to an anime convention, don't pick an anime cosplay. What you want to do is dust off that plate armor, get your red and white tunics, and crusade for Vic.
Yeah.
Because here's the real problem. These fucking psychopathic NPC SJWs are coming for our anime. They went for video games. They went for comic books. They ruined both of those.
Where's the Sword Art Online thing?
What Sword Art Online thing?
Hold on. They're saying Sword Art Online is too sexual or some shit.
Is it now?
Yes.
Anyway, the point I was getting to was, if you have a weird subculture interest, you need to stand up against bullshit like this.
Right.
Call for an investigation. Ask for evidence. Trust but verify. Please.
At the same time, you know, these companies, you know, like Rooster Teeth and Funimation, you know, these people come forward and they're like, this happen. And the way things are right now, if they don't immediately act with a firing, suddenly
because the loudest
is cast
Hold on,
on,
no.
Exactly.
on them.
Stop bending the knee to the outrage mob.
Well, the outrage mob controls the internet, and the internet is how they get most of their shit now.
But the thing is okay, look at fucking Battlefield. They bent the knee to the outrage mob, and look at how well that played out for them.
I don't follow Battlefield, so I don't know.
It didn't work out all that great.
It didn't work out all that great.
Every time they bend the knee and go, okay, all right, we'll listen to you. We're gonna change this so that people will buy it or whatever. Nobody fucking buys it, or nobody buys into it or watches it or whatever. Anytime something gets SJW'd up, it just gets destroyed and goes away because nobody cares to watch it anymore. It's the loud minority.
They ruin
And
comic books. They ruin video games. They're coming for my anime. There is an old saying: if they come for you in the night, they will come for me in the morning.
Yep.
We need to help each other. We need to stand up against this bullshit. I am not saying this ironically. Gamers rise up.
Pull up that article in the chat there, Jamie. Pull that up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. We'll get that up here.
Oh no, what happened?
This is about Sword Art Online. Trash anime. Only good thing about it is Sinone. But they're in a recent interview with the creator of it, he pretty much said that, like, if you scroll down, they have the quote of it. But yeah, right there.
That one?
Yeah, in the gray. Due to feedback from overseas events and fan reactions, perhaps it is time to grow or become more politically correct to some extent. Like, presently overseas, the word hero and heroine aren't part of the dialect. Above all, protagonist and antagonist is more of their style, completely unrelated to whether they're men or women. I felt that was the correct way of going about it. I tend to think that it's a distortion to treat the heroine like some sort of trophy. Recently, I've made a deliberately conscious decision to write the young females actively participating more in the story.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off before you read the rest of this. I'm really digging the titty mouse ads that we're getting over here on the right.
Oh, the banner?
Yeah.
Like that one?
No, I'm getting titty figurines, my guy.
Oh, what?
I'm getting big titty figurines. Those are mine.
Well, the recording is getting like keyboards, mice, and titty and ass mouse pads.
Like, I just got a Yoko's tits figurine where she's like a Playboy bunny, you know.
Anyway,
the bunny suit?
So to continue.
Popular trope.
Oh,
that
the
Deadpool.
Deadpool one though. So for those of you asking, well, what will become of Kirito? And I suppose some people might think this is a supplement, but by no means does this mean that Kirito will no longer stand out. For the young girls, I want to give them the strength and take hold of their own lives. So it's not necessarily all that bad, but at the same time, this was like the start of it, in my opinion. This was like the first thing.
We are in the middle of Animegate right now, and that's just.
I mean, basically, and it's so sad.
They finally, Sarge, for years I told you they'll never come. They'll never get the anime. Japan don't give a fuck.
Yep, that's pretty much what I said. We both agree. Japan didn't give a fuck.
Japan don't give a fuck.
They're not
Japan
gonna
is
care.
openly racist in their own country. They do not care.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: Japan doesn't. It's the English companies, like Funimation.
And what was that game? That game they brought over that they fucking censored the fan service in on the DS or whatever. That the importers censored it. They got rid of that whole part of the game where you could like fucking feel up their titties and shit.
Well, I do not recall
Damn,
that.
I'd have bought that.
I would have also bought that.
This is
No,
on
well,
DS.
don't buy it because it's in the American version that's fucking censored out of it.
Well, I'm saying if it would have been in there, I'd have bought it.
Yeah.
I think I can speak for all of us here when I say I do hope that Vic gets reinstated.
Most definitely.
Simply because this is a load of horse shit.
I mean, it's basically a witch hunt. Let's be honest.
I think they just wanted a target. I think they just wanted a target. They wanted a big domino so they can go after all their little dominoes.
Right.
And they didn't give a fuck whether or not the big domino actually was innocent or guilty.
Yeah, like I said, it's which they want their 15 minutes of fame. Like, I know they want to. Whatever article it was that we were looking through, it had the little Twitter thing where that person in all caps, all proud and mighty, that they were part of the force that got Vic.
Oh, that was the Quarterings video on the subject.
Yeah, that was in the Quarterings video. He had a screenshot that said, "I'm the reason who got Vic Mignogna fired."
Right. It's like,
no need to thank me or something.
Why would you be proud?
I believe the exact quote.
Somebody's career.
Right. I believe the exact quote was, "I helped get Vic Mignogna fired. Never ask me for anything ever again."
Yeah.
Like the insanity of that statement alone.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
That's like, I'd say that'd be like.
Well,
I don't even know. I can't words.
It's just a trademark of the SJWs and NPCs. They label you a Nazi, a pedophile, molester, anti-whammon, or whatever. And then, because they've labeled you that, you're such a horrible thing, now it's okay to get you fired and talk down to you and harass you and whatnot because you're not a decent human being. That's what they do.
Whatever happened,
and it's how they work.
Dialogue.
And the problem with that is they're quick to label anyone they don't like that.
Which muddles the word.
So all it takes is one bad interaction, and now all of a sudden, you're a Nazi, or you're a pedophile, or you molested me because you gave me a hug.
I don't know, man. I've had a lot of bad interactions.
Sarge, we were talking about this when we were researching this topic out of anger earlier. I will not let these NPCs ruin what I've wanted to do since I was since I was a boy.
Since you was a wee little lad.
I was a wee little lad. I will show up to the function with consent forms because he has gone on record as saying that he's not doing no more hugs, no more nothing at cons. Fuck that. I'm showing up with consent forms.
Getting a hug.
And we can sign it away.
That's the only signature I want from him is him signing the consent form.
Sign the consent form, take the picture as stated, and we will go about our business.
Well, let's be real. The only reason that anything happened to him was because it's current year.
I mean, basically.
It's the climate. It's the yeah.
You know, it's been going on for years and years and years, and it didn't become a problem until now.
Well, Weinstein toppled, and a lot of people who needed to go down toppled. R. Kelly toppled. Holy fucking shit, R. Kelly toppled.
God, I forgot. Yeah. R. Kelly was back in the fucking news.
First of all,
Dave Chappelle
pointed that out. That was digital.
No, 5-part miniseries on how terrible that motherfucker is. Like, a lot of people who went down, who needed to go down, went down. Okay. But that motherfucker too. Oh my god.
But at what cost?
What cost? Well, I mean, yeah, that's the problem. But if we lived in a more honest society, it would not be a problem. But we don't.
I would rather 100 guilty people walk free than see one innocent person convicted as guilty.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'd have to. To be fair, I'd have to agree.
An innocent person is way worse than letting 100 guilty people walk free.
Well, real talk. Like, that happened with us just before the deployment. There was a female and a male. You know, they hooked up during an AT the year before.
This isn't classified information, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. And he's not using names.
Okay,
no,
fair enough.
They hooked up. Then, I guess everything was dandy up until we got to Texas. Because then suddenly, because I'm a fucking mechanic, I sit at a hangar all day. Now suddenly
we were in the same unit. That's how we met. We don't do a fucking thing.
Yeah, I watch so much YouTube.
Your tax dollars pay us to sit in a computer chair. You're welcome.
Thanks for buying my car, by the way, guys. appreciate it.
What? Hold on. What did you spend your American tax dollars on, Dennis, to get for a car? I really want you to say it.
Yeah, like maybe 3 weeks after getting home from overseas, I bought a 2014 CRZ.
Nice.
And
And
gets the job done.
nothing sketchy happened while you were on deployment. Nothing. Nothing
He was
cool.
in fucking Kosovo.
No firefights.
Well, I mean, there was no firefights. No. But
What happened with
there
your
was-
rifles when you got there? Hold on, what'd you do with them?
We didn't even get our rifles, but they were over there. I had to carry a Beretta 24/7 for whatever reason they thought that was cool. It got me extra money though. Again, thank you taxpayers. But no, like there was an incident of concern at one point, but that's something I can't elaborate on.
Can you elaborate on it while we're off air?
Off air, yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay, cool.
But like, no, like there was an incident, and for a while, like I'm not the bravest
First of all, hold on.
guys.
If aviation has to deal with something, if mechanics
That's what I'm
or
saying.
boots on ground, there's some shit's fucked up.
No, we had a plan. You remember Mr. Torres, right? Flew the
Yeah.
RC helicopters and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I remember
He had a
Torres.
plan.
He wasn't Mr. Torres when I was there,
he's
but
still
I
not,
remember Torres.
But we had a plan. He said, I know where they keep the keys, I know how to start it, and I can get us in the air. And Italy is at heading 260. If shit goes down, you best keep up.
And knowing
literal
Torres,
plan-
he would actually do that. That's the
He
thing.
would. The literal plan was, we're gonna go steal a Black Hawk if shit happens, fly to Italy, and worry about the landing later.
One of those ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Oh yeah, because like seriously, like if anything would have
What
happened
would that
over
be
there,
considered going AWOL?
fucking no, tactical retreat. motherfucker.
Tactical. It's not going AWOL if it's a tactical retreat. Why did you land in Naples? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No, but like, because if anything would have happened over there, like I think the way the whole situation over in Kosovo is you got an administrative boundary line between Kosovo and Serbia, and there was infantry units there, but it's like a platoon, maybe two tops, like a very small company element. We'd have them.
Kosovo
and
belongs
that's-
to Serbia anyways.
It depends who you listen to.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It depends who you listen to. I don't fucking care. Their food was great. It was excellent food. I appreciated that. But like, if anything would have happened over there, the closest like air support, like I mean, jets screaming in, dropping bombs on the people trying to fuck us, well, who would have been fucking us up, hour and a half away, and jets fly fucking fast. That kind of puts it in perspective as why we would choose to tactically retreat without caring.
I'm glad that this
Fucking
angry
going.
podcast about Vic Mignogna getting fired over like nothing has turned into your military adventures.
Yeah,
It's a nice little
anyways,
two-parter.
Back to the point.
Well, I mean, back to the point.
But like everything was fine, but like suddenly now there's a medic hanging out with us, and you know, they don't come out and say, "Hey, he's got to hang out with you guys because where he'd normally be working with a girl, he assaulted her." You know what I mean? And like, no joke, like she's literally told people this female has told people that the only reason she said that was because he wouldn't fuck her anymore.
There
She'll
are
get away
people
with it.
like that out there.
So now there was an
Well-
there was an investigation. You know, they had to do an investigation. He didn't get to go with us. They had somebody else come in who got arrested in Kosovo by the MPs for selling fucking drugs. Yeah, fucking good choice.
Is that a court martial?
I don't think that guy's in the military anymore. But funny story about that if we want to talk about racism. But
Oh, you can't just drop that nugget. Get to your fucking point.
No,
I want to hear about
point.
that before we end the
Keep
podcast.
All right, I'll get to it. But like now, there's a guy whose military career got ruined, and he was a young guy. You know, I can't say it because I'm still in E4 and I've been doing it for fucking ever.
Hey,
well, you know, he was a young.
We don't need to talk about that. There's a reason behind why you're.
Just because I'm the Don, man. But like this young guy's career got ruined because this girl had the power to do it, just because he wouldn't dick her down anymore, which blows my mind that people would sink that fucking low.
Well, without sounding too chauvinist about it, she was probably a bad lay.
I don't know. She started fucking somebody overseas and now they're married. I don't. Married a nugget too. Dude does not look good. Like, I'm not a very attractive person, but that dude was a fucking nugget. But anyways, yeah, MPs are racist, right? So.
Yeah.
All right. Go on. Continue.
From Indiana. We're very white people. But no, so we were all hanging outside smoking when it happened, but like suddenly like MP trucks roll up on the streets to our fucking C huts. And we're like, "Oh shit, what's going down?" And they knock on the door across the C hut right behind ours. They knock on one of the doors, and a young man answered the door. He's African American. They suddenly grab his hands, put him up against the wall, and start cuffing him, right? And that's all we saw as the door was shutting, because we're on those springs. And we're like, the fuck did that guy do? Like, there's no way. Now, come to find out, all right, there was only 2 black people in Kosovo with us. These MPs walked in and arrested the wrong fucking one.
Oh my god.
Like they didn't like open the door and be like, "Hey, are you so and so?" They were just like, "Nope, we got the information. Black guy, he's black. Arrest him." Like straight up, that's what happened. Like they were given the description. They're like, so because you know, off duty, we were all off duty. You know, you can just wear your normal clothes while you're walking around your C huts and stuff. So we're not wearing name tapes. But they didn't even stop and be like, "Hey, are you the guy we're looking for?" They were just like straight up.
Hold on, what was their description? Black male? Like, was that it? Was it just black male?
I guarantee they're like, "All right, here's the name. It's a black male medic."
Well, they probably got a really detailed description, but they just read black male and just rolled with it. Like, I mean, all right, that's all we need.
To be fair, all the MPs were white as fuck too, which makes it even worse. Like, I don't know how boring it is to be an MP in Kosovo, but I guess when you get the opportunity to go arrest somebody, you're a bunch of white people and the description comes across and it says black male. I guess juices get flowing. I don't fucking know. It was
the White Hoods came out.
I don't know. Like after the fact, like because I'd sat down and talked to the kid after it. Like after the fact, like he thought it was pretty hilarious. Like hindsight 2020. But like when it happened, dude, like he was freaking out. Anyway, enough of Dennis's story time.
All right, and I think on that we can call it because like we very sloppily got our point across. We said a bunch of shit that may or may not be true, and we got real mad. I think we reached quota. What would you say, Sarge?
Yeah, pretty good.
That sounds about like our quota because we never promise facts. You don't come to us for facts. Remember that.
Oh. Goes to the internet for facts anymore.
No, you specifically don't come to us for facts. We just say shit off the cuff for no reason.
Yeah, this is true.
But we will also say that we will come out and say we're liars. We're not like these dickheads trying to ruin Vic's life.
Right.
We're not
also,
like
just a couple of parting words. If you really believe Vic Mignogna did all this shit, I will fight you personally. Get in contact with me. We'll set it up. I will fight you. I will fight you shirtless in the frozen tundra I live in.
I'm gonna need you to calm down, Randy.
Nah, fuck that. I'm passing out free smoke. The pants are coming off, Rick!
The pants are coming off.
All right. And on that note, this has been. We'll go. What?
There's more. Another important thing.
Another important thing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's 2 buttons that you need to press. 2 buttons. One of them is you need to subscribe to us. First of all.
Yes. So go ahead and subscribe to Unknown Productions if you like Unknown Cast.
And
if you
also,
even made it here.
There's a warrior who needs our help.
Yep.
He needs our help defeating T-Series, and that's PewDiePie.
Yep. Go subscribe to PewDiePie.
Don't even front to me like you ain't got 6 Gmail accounts. I want you to use all of them.
Subscribe to PewDiePie on all of them. I am subscribed to PewDiePie on 18 different Gmail accounts. I had a lot of Netflix free trials.
Those are rookie numbers, son. You gotta pump those numbers up.
Make sure you subscribe to PewDiePie.
And unsubscribe from T-Series.
Yeah, unsubscribe from T-Series.
And then go trash T-Series on Twitter.
Yes. That's all I had.
All right. This has been the Unknown Cast. Thank you for sitting through this fucking schlock. Because that's all we come here to give you guys is just a hot load of fucking schlock. Anyway.
Not bad.
Fucking bye?